Class, welcome back. We are on to lesson 9. We again have our tangrams here. You should have received a tangram outline that you cut out, and you should have something that looks like this. If you don't, that's okay, follow along. Or if you want to take the time to pause this and cut out your own, that's okay too. So I'm going to use all my little pieces here. Let's read our goal for the day. So at the bottom, let's read together. Reason about composing and decomposing polygons using tangrams. I think I'm going to use green today since my shapes are green. Okay, let's read number 1 together. Use at least 2 tangram pieces to make and draw 2 of each of the following shapes. Draw lines to show where the tangram pieces meet. A rectangle that does not have all equal sides. Okay, so with these pieces here, what could we use? These 2 pieces, it's kind of an easy thing to do. They do not have rather equal sides. So I'm not going to necessarily trace them, but I'm just going to draw those pieces and boop. Okay. How else can we create a rectangle? What if we use like one of these and like this one, right? My pieces are a little bit my lines aren't super straight, but let's roll with it. Okay, so I'm going to use that little combination for my second one if you'd like to join me. This little rectangle here. And then 2 triangles on this side. Nice. A triangle. Okay, so we have to use at least 2. We can do this, right? Use these 2. I wonder if there's a way to use 3 triangles to make a triangle. I kind of want to try now, see if we're up for it. Looks like a boat. It does not look like a triangle, though. Oh, what about this? No. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I used 4 tangram pieces. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to draw that. We have kind of 2 big rectangles. Triangles, rectangles. And then this part goes up like this and then over like this. Nice. How about a parallelogram? Do you know what a parallelogram is? A parallelogram is where there are 2 sets of parallel sides, but they're a little bit slanty. Usually. That's usually what a parallelogram looks like. So let's see how we can make a parallelogram. Or what if I flip this over? Yes. Like that. Look at that. Look at that parallelogram. Okay, I'm going to do there we go. How else could we use create a parallelogram using our tangram pieces? Just trying to adjust so that we can see the bottom of my paper. What if we put this in the middle? Is that a parallelogram? Kind of looks like a parallelogram, right? Am I using the same? This side and this side are parallel. This side and that side are parallel. Yeah, I think we made another parallelogram. Okay, I'm going to draw that. I wonder if you have a different way that you thought of to make a parallelogram using these telegrams. What? Tangrams. I'd love to know about it if you do. Boop. Nice. And a trapezoid. Do you remember a trapezoid has one set of parallel lines and the other side is not parallel. So I have yesterday's here. So this is a trapezoid, remember? And this is a trapezoid. So each have one set of parallel lines. 4 sides, right? It's quadrilateral. Quadrilateral with one set of parallel lines is a trapezoid. Okay. So let's see, how can we make a trapezoid? Yesterday, remember, when we were cutting, we made one like this. Oh, this is my small one. We made one like this. I think it might have had 2 pieces in the middle, actually. Right? So let's draw that. Let's draw that one. And then maybe you can think of a second one without my assistance. Maybe you want to come up with a second one on your own. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I draw the triangle, the 2 rectangles in the center, and then the 3rd triangle. And remember from yesterday's lesson, a trapezoid doesn't have to have those 2 points. A trapezoid could look like this too. So I think that there's definitely a way we could make this one also, if you felt like it. I'm going to let you do as you wish on this one. I'm going to let you kind of choose how you would like to make your second trapezoid. I think I want to make it with all triangles if I can. Challenge myself. Yes. Oh yeah, there's a trapezoid. Okay. Boop. So I have 3 triangles. And just split that guy in half. And there are my trapezoids. Look at all the shapes we were able to create. That's pretty awesome. Tangrams are fun. Okay, let's flip a rooski. Will you please read number 2 with me? It says, use your 2 smallest triangles to create a square, a parallelogram, and a triangle. Show how you created them below. Okay, so go ahead and find your 2 smallest. My 2 smallest and my other one kind of look the same, but here we go. Okay, a square. So if I put them together like that, that creates a square, right? That one's pretty simple. So I'm going to draw that one to show how I created it. And show a diagonal line to represent those 2 triangles. Yes, please. Next, a parallelogram. Do you remember how we created the parallelogram on the other side? We just kind of shifted them like this. And then we had that parallelogram. 1 set of parallel lines and 2 sets of parallel lines. So let me go ahead and draw that. Please do the same. Ooh, ooh, I drew this wrong. There we go. Whoopsies. The benefit of an eraser. Okay. And a triangle. How can we make a bigger triangle with this, with these 2? Oops, sorry, that's bad lighting. What if we, well, tried this. We put the long sides together. We had that square. What if we put them kind of, this is how I think of it, back to back. If we put them back to back, you have a little, looks like a mini paper airplane, right? Okay, so let's draw that. I'm just going to draw a large rectangle. Why do I keep saying rectangle? Triangle, and splitting in the center for 2 triangles. Two triangles that make one triangle. Boop, 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 boop. Awesome. Okay, now this is where I'm gonna leave you on your own, but you have a challenge, okay? So number 3, read with me, says create your own shape on a separate sheet of paper using all 7 pieces. Describe its attributes below, okay? So you can make any shape you want. This has no, there are no rules, right? You can just, so long as the pieces are touching. They cannot be like this. They can't be disjointed. So one side has to be touching another side of one of the shapes, okay? So one side has to be touching another side. But besides that, there are no restrictions. You can do whatever you want. If you want it to look like that, whatever you want to do, okay? Just keep playing around until you find the one you like the best. What are the attributes? Do you remember the attributes we talked about a couple days ago? Attributes of shapes. One of the items is we could say number of sides, right? So you could have number of sides. What's another attribute you can think of? Does it have any sets of parallel lines? Right? Parallel lines. What else? Does it have any, do you remember what this is called right here? So you could say number of right angles. Okay. So those are some of the attributes you could talk about and you could write about. Okay. So after you've created your shape and you love it, on that separate piece of paper, I want you to trace. It says trace your, well, it doesn't say that, but I want you to. Please trace just the outside pieces, okay? So all you're gonna do is trace the outside pieces of this wild shape, okay? So you'll be like, okay? And then you're going to give this to a family member, a sister, a brother, a dog, just kidding, mom, dad, grandma, uncle, whoever lives in your house that is up for the challenge. And then what they're going to do is they're going to use the tangrams to fill in your shape and see if they can get it right, see if they can figure it out. So obviously you want to scrumble those up and put them into your shape, challenge them too, okay? Let me know. And then you can finish this one. See if it was, ask them, because it says, reflect on your experience. Was it easy? What was easy? What was challenging? And you can tell, they can tell you what that was. And if they want to make their own for you, you can do that again, okay? Have a great time. I'm looking forward to seeing your creations, and I'll catch you tomorrow.